Hey everyone, so welcome back to my channel. It's Mixie Casanova here on Casanova Fam. Here's the little ones.
Hi! My name is Shania.
And my name is Danae.
We're 5. We're
And that's
soon going to be
3.
growing up and doing our own video and going somewhere where we want to go by ourselves. Because soon we're going to be in grade 1, but when we grow up, we're actually going to be in grade 1 and then we get to walk into grade 1 because there's a grade 1 in my
Okay, so she's getting a little bit off track. I'm actually on here basically because
No,
I started feeling contractions, which, you know, is abnormal for me because I'm used to always having my water break first
and
before I feel any pain. No, do not get on the bed with your shoes on.
Mommy's pregnant.
However, yeah, this time I'm feeling contractions that are about 6 minutes apart and
Yeah,
they're
the
lasting
first
for about
one.
42 seconds. Do not get on the bed with your shoes on. Take it off.
Get off!
And yeah, so I'm gonna finish putting my hair in my little tube.
Yeah.
And I haven't packed a baby bag yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack a hospital bag right now. And then I will probably jump in the shower after that, and we'll see when my water breaks. I'll be back and let you guys know. But right now, yeah, it's just preparation. I do these things to basically just help me pass the time. But yeah, so like I said, 6 minutes apart, about 42 seconds are the contractions. 42 seconds are how long they last, and I'm about 6 minutes apart. But I haven't lost my mucus plug. I don't know if anybody of you guys know about the mucus plug, but I see my mucus plug with her, and I see my mucus plug with her, like, you know, but I haven't lost my mucus plug yet. So I'm not too worried, but it's just the pain factor that really is the hectic thing. I hate feeling the pain, right? So okay, so I'm right now going through another contraction. They've been closer together, about 3 minutes apart. And I'm gonna jump in the shower and yeah, see where we go from there. Hey everyone, do I look tired? So basically it's over and done with. I'm here in my room and I couldn't record anything, guys, because it just happened so fast. After I sent you the last footage, I went into the shower, and by the time I came out the shower, it was like, oh my gosh, like my contractions went from 6 minutes apart to all of a sudden just being 3 minutes apart, and then it was like 1 minute apart, and I was like, okay, this is crazy. So I literally grabbed my bag and I'm like, we got to get out of here now. So we drove to the hospital. That's a little after 11. So I started feeling pain at 9:30. Drove to the hospital. When we got here, I was still in pain. Like it intensified, and they were going for like 90 seconds. And so he ran inside to go get, what do you call it, a wheelchair, because I told him I need a wheelchair. Like I'm not gonna be able to walk. He went inside to get a wheelchair, and then all of a sudden, I had to push, and I'm in the car, and I'm like, no, don't push, don't push. And I'm saying, don't push, and I couldn't. I was like, like I was in so much pain, and I'm like, oh my god, and it just kept on going and going and going, and like it wasn't even giving me a break. Like I literally had to push like 3 times in a row, and I was like, no, stop. Like I'm trying to stop and not push, but I'm like, yo, the pain on my pelvic area, it was coming so hard. I was like, okay, I'm gonna poo up myself. Like I thought I'm gonna definitely poo myself on the way to this room, into, you know, the birthing unit. And he finally shows up with sorry, my mouth is a mess and everything, but he finally shows up with the wheelchair, and I can't make it to the wheelchair. And he's like, come on. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't make it. He's like, come on. He's like, just make it to the wheelchair. I said, no, you're gonna have to deliver the baby. I'm like, I can't make it. You're gonna have to deliver the baby. You have to deliver the baby. He's like, no, get into the wheelchair. So he tries to help me. He's like, it's just right there. And I'm like, I can't do it. So I'm pushing through, trying to walk while feeling this pressure push down on my pelvic area. I get into the wheelchair now, and he starts zooming through the hallways. And the good thing is that the fresh air actually helped. Like even on the ride here, I wind down the window just to let the fresh air help. Sorry, I'm tired. So I wind down the window just to let the fresh air help. And so when he was driving here to get me here in the wheelchair, the fresh air was helping. And I was like, okay, the fresh air is helping, but I'm still in pain, right? And then all of a sudden the pressure comes down and I'm like, ah! It started hurting again. And when I did that last push, we were by the elevators and pop, my water finally broke. So I'm not used to feeling contractions before my water breaks. Usually my water breaks before I feel anything. This time it was opposite. My water broke downstairs. Okay, fine. We get up onto the 4th floor. Uh-oh, bless you. We get onto the 4th floor and he brings me to the unit. And as I'm at the unit, she's talking and I'm like, I can't. And then I had to push again. And they're like, okay, you know what? Just get her to the room. I get to the room. My pants, my panty, everything's soaked, but it's not like spreading anywhere. It stayed in my clothes. And so I was like, I can't get up the wheelchair. I can't get off the wheelchair. And they're like, come on, you can, just get on the bed. I was like, I can't do it. But anyways, I crawl up on the bed and they start pulling down my pants, my panty, everything. And I'm like in a doggy position because I'm on all four. So they pull down my pants, my panty, and I turn around. And as soon as I turn around, they're like, the head's right there. And I'm like, oh my God. So then I feel like pushing again. And I'm like, I'm not even situated on the bed properly. Nothing. So they're trying to tell me hold my legs. And I'm like, I'm not in the position to hold my legs right now. Like, it was just horrible. So I tried grabbing onto one leg. And then the other leg went on top of the nurse's head. I'm so sorry, hon. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. My leg went on top of the nurse's head. She's like, hey, my head. Everybody's like, no, you cannot put your leg on her head. And I'm just completely out of it at this point. I tried to grab for my next leg, but by the time I could do that, boom, I pushed and she was out. So we got here at 11:40 upstairs in the triage, I guess you would say. I think that's what it's called anyways, or the birthing unit. So we got here at 11:40. She was born at 11:42. I honestly did not want her to be born on the 25th because it's Aaliyah's death date and it's my auntie's birthday. But she decided she was not waiting until after midnight. All I wanted her to do was wait till after midnight, but she decided no. And, you know, when the time comes and they decide they're coming, there's nothing you can do about it. And yeah, so that was it. So I pushed quite a bit in the car and on the way upstairs, but it wasn't until my water broke, I would say 11:39, I would say my water broke. And we got upstairs at 11:40, and then she was born at 11:42. And everybody was like, oh, well, that was quick. And I was like, yeah. So they didn't get to register me in or anything like that. Everything they did, they had to do after I gave birth. But, and the funny thing is, in the ultrasound that I had taken, the last ultrasound, they give you an estimate of the weight, and they had told me she's only going to be 40 pounds. And I was like, oh, sorry, 40 pounds. Can you imagine? They told me she's only going to be 4 pounds. And I was like, I've never given birth to a 4-pound baby. Everyone's always been between 7. And my last one before her was 8:15. Oh gosh, I'm tired. Anyways, she came out to be, I can't remember if she's 8 pounds and 16 ounces, or if she was 8 pounds and 6 ounces. So I will definitely double check and let you guys know that. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just couldn't bring out the camera. I couldn't do anything. I was in pain. And my niece was supposed to come and videotape everything else for me, like the labor and everything. But she didn't get here till a little after midnight. And she had stopped at McDonald's and everything. But she was just too late. It is now 5 o'clock in the morning. And she was born at 11:42. And yeah, she is either going to be my biggest baby or my second biggest. I don't know. But boy, was she fast. Even though it still was 2 hours, they said it basically based off of me saying I started having contractions at 9:30. My labor was 2 hours and 15 minutes. That would have been the second fastest labor I've had because my first son was an hour and 17. But if I go by when my water broke, honestly, then if I start from water breakage, then she was literally just 3 minutes. But I can't because I actually felt contractions. I did feel the contractions. And at first they were bearable, and then afterwards you're like, oh my god, I can't walk, I can't do anything. And it gets harder and harder. So right now it is 9:24 a.m. Baby was born at 11:42. I keep on repeating myself. And so far I've been breastfeeding, and yeah. So basically what has happened up until this point, I think I already described the labor to you guys. I'll have to go back and check the video. If I didn't, then I will describe it later. But the aftermath, oh my goodness. So they registered me and everything after I gave birth, which was kind of weird, but that's fine. They had to push down. I had cysts on my placenta, which I've never had before. So that was different. To have cysts on the placenta, I have to look that up and see exactly what that means. But I definitely had cysts on my placenta. She showed it to me. Like, there was a few of them, which is a little disturbing. It looked disgusting, actually. Like, the placenta was all like black looking, and then the cysts were these white, yellowish, not even white, I would say yellowish, looked like they were filled with pus on the placenta. But anyways, baby still came out completely healthy, so you know what, you just gotta thank God for that. What else? So anyways, after they did that, you know, they kind of waited and waited to see if I was okay. I didn't rip, thank God. And the aftermath of that was, because I've had 5 kids and this labor happened so quickly, they were concerned about me bleeding. So the lady that was taking care of me in the birthing unit would push down on my stomach so much that I felt like she was like touching my spine, like she was going pushing literally down, like emptying out my stomach. And then you would see blood come out like. My niece and her friend were there, and her friend wouldn't look, but my niece was fully all up in there and seeing all that blood come out. And she did that to me about 3 or 4 times to make sure that my insides were clean, like not clean, but like they weren't coming out as much anymore, because she was saying that I run the risk of clotting, so they wanted to make sure that that wasn't an issue. And of course, you know, you get your big pads. I'll show you guys one just now. And they give you those white underwears to put those big pads in. They're actually very comfortable. Even though you'll call them granny panties, they're really comfortable. And of course a gown. So because I didn't rip, I just got a bottle. So every time when I go to the washroom, I have to fill this up. They don't really have hot water here, unfortunately. I like hot water, but I fill it up with as warm as the water can get. And I have to squirt this while I pee. So every time I go on the toilet, I squirt it on my vagina as I'm peeing. Now, if you do rip gruesomely, you would probably be more into doing sip baths. I've actually never had to do a sip bath, so I'm not really familiar with how that goes. So I can't give you guys any advice on that. But this water bottle, I even take home with me every single time, because I continue to use it for like 2 weeks after, just to make sure, especially when you have your first bowel movement after having a baby, you really want to have your water bottle to help you with the pain. If you rip, it's worse because you really feel pain. But for me, peeing, it's just like a slight burn, but this helps cool it down, and it also helps clean out any blood or anything that may be like sticking to you. So it's really good to use. So before I left the birthing unit, they wanted me to pee. So I went to pee, and I thought I didn't need to pee. Like, my body's messed up. Sometimes I can't feel it. And I needed to pee. So I peed before I left the birthing unit, changed my pad at that time because my pad was already soaked. And came back out of the washroom and stood there and talked to people. So everybody was like, oh my God, you're standing up, but you look like you're ready to go home. And I'm like, she's like, it looks like you could walk out of here. And I said, I probably could actually. I didn't feel any dizziness. I didn't feel any aftermath of the birth. So yeah, I could go home. And I don't know if I can bend as I usually would. I haven't tried bending yet. Like, I bend to use the toilet, but not like bend to pick up stuff or clean up or whatever. But yeah, I felt fine. Like, I felt like I could have went home that same day. But of course, they keep you for at least 24 hours. So know that they can keep you longer if there's complications, but they keep you for at least 24 hours just in case the baby, well, not just in case, the baby's blood work and everything cannot be done until the 24 hours after the baby has actually given birth. Well, or been born, I should say. Lucky for me, she pooed and peed at delivery, so I don't have to wait for that. But they do wait for that. If your child did not poo and pee when they were born, they will keep you in the hospital until your child at least has one bowel movement and a pee, because they want to make sure that obviously the genitals and everything are working properly. I was in the birthing unit for about an hour, and then after an hour they moved me from the birthing unit into the mother and baby section, and then I got my own room. So it's nice. It has a washroom with a shower and a toilet and obviously a sink. It has a bed if you have a guest sleeping over. The reason why I like this hospital is because you automatically get private rooms. You don't have to have insurance for that. You don't have to pay extra. You just automatically get it. It doesn't matter what your financial situation is or anything like that. You get a private room. The only thing is, if you want to watch TV, you can get the news on here, but everything else you have to pay for. I think it's like $10 a day or something like that. So I have my Netflix, so I don't bother, and I have a book to read. They give you breakfast. You have to order it. I don't know if you guys can see. You have to order it on here. So there's order your meal. So you go here, you order your meal, and you have to order like they'll give certain time frames to order. So you do that. Your telephone is also free, so you can call people from your phone here. You can go to patient education, which is what I was on just a while ago, and I like that because they actually show you, if I go to it, they have a whole bunch of lists of things here that you can read about. For me right now would be breastfeeding would be the main thing, because I am a big avid breastfeeder, and they have some videos. I haven't even looked at them, to be honest, but they have some videos here about attaching your baby to the breast, so that's good. That's about 10 minutes long.
Breastfeeding isn't natural, and it's also a skill that can take some time and practice too.
So there's that. Oh, the room controls. It was funny because they were trying yesterday to open the blinds and see outside, and we were like, you can't open the blinds. The blinds are on the other side. How do you do that? How could they do that? You can't see outside. But the blinds are controlled by over here, so you can click up. So if I go up, so I'm clicking up, so watch the blinds, see? So they will open up, and then you can click down to close it back down. So pretty cool. The temperature, you can change your temperature. You can change your temperature of the room here, and I could turn on and off the lights. So like if I want the lights off right now, I could just click off. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't know. It was working just a while ago. Maybe that's not the master light. I don't know. Anyways, so basically all your controls are on your screen. So I'll go back home. And yeah, so failed to reach device, please try again later. Okay, so I think my master lights are already off, and that's why it is. But anyways, oh, see, it turned off. All All right, let me turn it back on for you guys. Oh, it turns on all the lights though. Ooh, that's bright. That's bright. I'll leave it on for 2 seconds though. If you want to do your makeup and you're in bed, like say you don't want to go to the washroom, they do offer you a mirror. Oh, okay, I think I have this covered. Hold on. So as you can see, I can see myself. So you just have to adjust this to whatever height you feel comfortable at. And there you go. Okay, so there you guys have it. I am sorry, I'm waiting for baby to wake up. It's now 9:34. I fed baby at 7 o'clock for about half an hour on one breast. So when the baby wakes up, I'll put her on the next breast. I have to work back on my latching skills because baby's not latching great, and I definitely need baby to latch properly. And that's where most of us go wrong. We continue latching wrong, and therefore your nipples will get all crackly and bruised. Now, things that can help you, actually I'll do that in a different video, but yeah. So guys, I'm here, everything's good. They come in about every, I'll say 6 hours. I had to take 2 Advils and two Tylenols and an Advil for the pain on my cervix. It does hurt when you give birth to multiple kids. When I had my first one, I never had that issue. Even my second and third, I was okay. But my fourth and fifth and this one, I did have to take the 2 Tylenols and Advil to help with the pain of the cervix retracting, which is good, but it was scary because even at one point when the girl came in, she pushed down on my stomach. She literally said she could see my cervix, and so she was like, oh, okay, she doesn't want to see that, right? So that was kind of scary, but overall I'm good. The baby's good. It was a girl, or is a girl, and she's great. She's doing great and wonderful. The breakfast this morning was not the greatest. I had ordered scrambled eggs with Cheerios, with apple juice and orange juice and everything, and I got nothing. I got the scrambled eggs. Then they gave me a hot oatmeal, which I did not want. They gave me tea instead of the drinks. Oh, I got apple slices, so I had that, and then a piece of bread. So, yeah. I barely ate this morning, but last night before my niece left, she did buy me a Tim Hortons sandwich, and I don't eat Tim Hortons, but sometimes when you're on the road, you have to make the exception. And I need to obviously put something in my body because I'm breastfeeding now, so I'm back to having to monitor my my food intake because you know what you eat has to go into the baby, and you need to obviously nourish that little one that's depending on you. All right, guys, so it is now 7 p.m. and I breastfed at 3:30. So I was supposed to breastfeed. I was doing every 2 hours, so 5:30, but baby's been sleeping. And so I took time to say, let me take a nap. And I'm up now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait it out. So basically baby missed the feeding. And feed baby at 7:30. So basically how they have it is that you're supposed to feed your baby if you're breastfeeding every 2 to 3 hours. I think formula feeding is different. I'm an avid breastfeeder, so I'll definitely be doing a video on that. I don't know. The last 2 times I had to breastfeed my kids though had been like really, really hard. My son, it was hard because he had a tongue tie, so I'll get into all of that. But with her, I wasn't told about a tongue tie, but I'm gonna look because today's only, technically it hasn't been 24 hours yet, and my breasts already are like painful, which I went through that with my first son because it was my very first time trying breastfeeding, but I never went through it with the other 2, so I don't know. Anyhow, we'll get into that in another video. So definitely subscribe if you're interested in hearing about that. Now, I just wanted to go over what's happened so far. They've come in at the 12-hour mark. You have the option of having a nurse bathe your baby or not, or she'll show you like how to do it, etc. I definitely recommend it for especially first-time moms. You should definitely do it. Even for me, who I have how many kids, I still let them do it because sometimes you forget. Like, you know, like sometimes I feel like, oh my God, I'm starting all over again. Oh my God, I'm a mom again, right? You're always a mom, but like of a newborn. So I think it's really, really great for you to definitely just listen to their expertise. And even when they're telling you things and you're like, you have your own mind frame about it, just listen to them because you know what? Maybe they'll tell you something new. It doesn't hurt. So I definitely would suggest doing that. I take all of their advice, regardless of what, even if they're saying something I already know about, I let them talk because you never know. Every nurse tells you something different. So at the 12-hour mark, basically they stopped pushing down on my stomach. She hasn't checked my pads or anything. She told me I can now start going to normal pads. When I first gave birth, when I would go pee, it would be covered. The toilet would be covered with blood. Now I went to pee and there was like 2 little blood clots that came out, but that was it. The toilet's not covered in blood anymore, and that's in less than 24 hours. So that's a good thing. So I will now no longer wear their big, huge diaper pads, and I will go into overnight pads for men. Sorry, TMI, but yeah. So that's it for me. They come in, they test my blood pressure. Unfortunately, my blood pressure has been low this whole entire time. I usually don't have issues with blood pressure. Oh, sorry. Again, yawning. So what she told me to do is drink more fluid. I don't like to leave the room. No one's here with me. Yesterday when I was here, my nieces came by, and they stayed pretty late in the night. My one niece left at 6 o'clock in the morning. My other niece left at 2 a.m. So those were the only 2 visitors I had, and of course her dad. But that's it. And I forgot what I was gonna say. So yeah, I don't know who else is coming. If anybody else is coming, people have messaged me, asking me where I'm at and stuff. So we'll see. But I'm leaving tomorrow, so I don't really care for visitors, right? But it's nice for people to come and show their love. So I don't mind it, but I'm just saying, if you can't make it, you can't make it. Always come by the house, right? What else was I going to say? So I have to keep up drinking because I have a lot of flu. My blood pressure is low, so she's telling me to keep drinking. And that's basically the only issue that has happened with me so far. I'm trying to think of what else they did with baby. So at the 12-hour mark, they bathed the baby. So after 12 hours, they bathed the baby. And they start off with the head, wash the hair, everything like that. She did ask me for my baby hat. Unfortunately, I did have it. Okay, I'm not going to say. I didn't pack a bag, right? I didn't have my bag packed before my labor started. But I did have the baby stuff that I wanted to bring to the hospital separate. But my kids somehow spilled coconut oil all over their stuff, all over her stuff, which I didn't know about until when I went to go pull it to bring. And so I had to leave it and tell her father to wash them. So when he came this morning, he forgot everything. I don't know if he washed it or not. So I just reminded him just now. So hopefully he brings it back. Hopefully. Because she now had to wash her hair and had nothing to cover her head with. They gave us this tube. It's not even a tube. Hold on. Sorry, guys. This thing. We had this thing. But because she washed her hair, I don't want to put it back on her. Because it's like dirty or something. But this literally, we were the ones who tied a knot at the end. Because it's just open. Like it's just an open band that they wrapped around and around and around and stuck on her head. Right? And so she had that on her head. But I didn't want to put it back on because she just washed her hair. So after she took her bath, she put her on me. Now, the one thing which I found weird is she wet her umbilical cord. I've always been told not to wet their umbilical cord. I don't know if it's changed over the years, but I was always told you keep the umbilical cord area dry, you bathe them everywhere else, keep the umbilical cord area dry, and then just let it gradually fall off. So when I seen her like even let the water run over it, I was like, that's something new. I think I'm just gonna stick with what I know and let it dry, but that's that. So anyhow, that was at the 12-hour mark. So she washed her hair, bathed her down, and then she put her on me to feed. Now my nipples are very, very sore already, which I don't understand why. But she put her on her to feed. She kind of just pushed her on, right? Where it was okay. Like you felt slight pain, but it didn't feel so bad. But I don't know what happened. I ended up falling asleep while breastfeeding, woke up, and then my nipples were even worse than they were before. So it was weird. Anyhow, I put her down because I had to go to the washroom. And so she's been down there ever since. I'm going to pick her up right now. I'm going to lotion her down because she hasn't been lotioned. They don't really lotion your kids, I guess. They leave them. If you don't need to lotion, I guess don't. But for me, her skin was nice and smooth when she took the bath. Now, because it's dry, you know, water's, what do you call it? Water's drying. It's a drying agent. So I do recommend lotioning your kids with obviously a baby product, not with the regular lotion that you use or coconut oil like I use. But I'm going to use their Johnson's. They gave me a Johnson's thing right now. Hold on. Let me take it out and show you guys. It's like a pack. So they gave me that. And it has the face and body lotion, the shampoo, and the newborn wash and shampoo. And a penitting and some nursing pads. So I'm going to use it. I don't usually use Johnson's though. I used to use Johnson's like when I had my first son, and then I stopped because then they said Johnson's had some kind of cancer or something in them, remember? But when I go home, I'll probably go back to Dr. Bonner's baby wash. We'll see. I'm not sure. I know that Johnson's changed their product line after that whole entire scandal came out. But even looking at the ingredients, if you guys know me, I'm really more for natural stuff. And the ingredients is water and then a whole bunch of words that I can't pronounce. So I don't even know what they are. Like literally, I don't even know what they are. I don't even think you guys can see that. Yeah. Even if you guys can see. Anyways, point being, it's a whole bunch of words that can't be pronounced. At least not by me. Anyways, I'll use this to lotion baby down. And of course, you guys all know the famous hospital shampoo. Vaseline, right? So we got that too. So anyways, that was it. Nothing new has happened. At the 24 mark, I know that's what I'm waiting for before I can be discharged. Because baby pooed and peed already, so we don't have nothing else to worry about there. But at the 24 mark is when they do the jaundice test and, you know, blood work and all that stuff. So we do have to wait for that. So I have to be here at least till 11:42 p.m. because that's when she was born. So I'm going to just stay until the morning and go home. Oh no, my juice spilled. So they give you this, and what it is it's the health card. You get a health card for your baby right away. It's going to say baby girl, and of course the mother's last name. The date and everything's on it. Your health card number is already there, so you can go see your doctor 2 days after being discharged, 2 or 3 days after being discharged. I have to fill out the top with her actual name and stuff, which I don't have yet. And then, of course, they give you all your discharge papers. So, smart discharge summary basically just tells you what to look for, medication that your baby needs to take, appointments that your baby has to do, results for follow-up. And then here they tell you the delivery. They tell you everything you need to know. Okay, baby's crying. Hold on. I'm gonna go get baby and lotion baby and feed baby. And yeah, so there's just a whole bunch of information here for you, for your baby. Postpartum mother baby unit discharge education, so you can answer all these questions. You guys have to find it. I'm going to get a pen for that. I didn't bring a pen, so if you go to the hospital, bring a pen. And then here's a rooming chart record, so I could keep track of like the date, the time, the feeding, stool, voided, etc., etc. And then this is what I have to give to my doctor. Please give it to your doctor or family pediatrician at baby's first appointment, etc. Anyways, so that is it so far. So I will get back to you guys later. Hey guys, so it's been past 24 hours since baby's been born. It is now 8 a.m. on Tuesday, August 27th. A baby's 24-hour mark passed, and so they had to do the 24-hour test, which is so they did the blood test. They do it off the baby's foot, and I guess it's just to find out the baby's blood type and all that other stuff. Jaundice, and test all that stuff. And then she weighed the baby. So usually before you leave the hospital, your baby's gonna lose weight. So she was 37.66 grams when she was born. They keep telling me 8 pounds 6 ounces, but when I do the math, it comes to 8 pounds 3 ounces. But whatever. Right now she went down to 7 pounds 16 ounces, so almost a pound lost. And when the nurse came in the morning, I think it was around 2 or 3 in the morning, she told me that everything came back great. Her jaundice levels are fine and everything like that. So that was great. At 7:30 this morning, another, I guess you call it nurse, or came in from public health. Someone from public health came in to test her hearing, and they sent me those results by email. She passed both ears, thank God. And I need to bring that to my doctor, show it to my doctor when I go in 2 days. So today should be our exit day, our discharge day. I don't have a name for her, so I filled out the paperwork, but for her health card, but I left the first name and middle name blank, and just filled out the last name and the address and everything. They only shower her once in here, or bathe her once. They say that you don't have to bathe newborn babies every single day. I guess that's because they're not really going anywhere, crawling or anything. So her last bath was 12 hours after she was born. My doctor, my actual OBGYN, came in and was like, you couldn't wait for me. I get to see him in 6 weeks. He's cool. Hey everyone, so I'm just about getting ready to leave the hospital. We've been here, what time is it? Shoot. I don't know what I just did. Something to you guys. Anyways, it is, I'm trying to see the time. Okay, so it's 12:43, so I would just say basically 37 hours is how long we've been in the...
Blue, level 1, south entrance by portal C.
Okay, so...
Code blue, level 1, south entrance by portal C.
Okay, so we've been here since, I told you guys, 11:40 Sunday night, which is August 25th. Today's August 27th. It is now 12:30, and I am packing up to go home. This is the shower. This is the washroom, guys. So, nothing special. The shower piece, there's nothing to ground it that you go around. If you guys can see that. And that's the only separation there. I know. As you can see, they provide you with no soap. Nothing. So you gotta bring your own stuff. With that being said, I'm gonna get ready and get out of here. I didn't bring any hair products, so anybody that's looking at my locks saying they look dry, yes, they're dry because I've been here for 37 hours and I have not moisturized my hair, nor did I moisturize it when I left the house. Actually, no, I did. When I put my hair in the tube, when I was getting ready, I sprayed it quickly, but I didn't saturate it like I usually do. I just took it on my tube and put in a one. Something different for y'all. Anyhow, I'm gonna get ready and I will see you guys when I'm leaving. Hey everyone, so I am back and here is my going home outfit. As you can see, nothing special. You see it, yeah, I have a little bit of belly. But anyways, we're leaving now. I'm going to bring this little girl home for her very first time, 37 hours later. I'm so excited. Let me show you guys the car seat. So this is the car seat that she'll be going in. And this is definitely a must-have. You have to have a car seat to bring your kid home from the hospital, even if you don't drive. All right, guys, moment of truth. I'm leaving. The experience is all over and I missed it already. Can you imagine? Whoever wants to go through labor? I don't, but I'm missing the experience. So I'm leaving my room. My room was 423 and we are gone. Say goodbye. I removed the sheets and everything. They took the bag, the linen bags. I just stuffed them over there. But there's the bassinet that the baby was in, her very first bassinet. It was her very first bassinet. And the moment's over. Oh, 423.